Welcome to another episode of Cottlandby Minecraft City. This is a build update. We are looking today at some of the unfinished stuff in the city, including this one. This is in the kind of newer area at the edge of the city. That's going to be like a tower block. I've seen one in London I quite liked. It's going to be like square and black. Moving on as we go up to something I started a while ago, and this is the forest village area. And it was supposed to be a load of little bungalows in the forest, kind of centre parksy style place, but with housing. As you can see, I've built the kind of service centre there with the Horseway and the post office. But this turned out to be quite tedious. I really need to go back to this at some point. Then moving on to the mall. This is an extension, kind of like a bypass, a Horseway mall extension bypass that I did start building. Again, quite a tedious job. I got distracted. Really need to go back and finish that. Quite a quick job actually. I'll probably do that next. Following that, back in the financial district, I was going to do like a stock exchange building. Well, I still am. But again, started it, foundation, nice, made out of the sandstone there. Never quite got around to finishing that. That's on the list next as well. Moving over to the newest area that I've developed, the tourism resort, which is massive. There is a kind of corner section here which I am starting to sort out. It's got like a pier over there which is going to have a new hotel, and there's going to be a hotel down there as well. And then there's new horse parks, horseways, and then there's two more spaces to the left and to the right there where there's footprints for hotels or buildings. But what I'm aiming for at the moment is just to go back to the start where we first finished, at the kind of market square area, where down to the right, the left there even, there is nothing. And this kind of market, there's nowhere to store your horse if you decide to go to it. So what I decided to do is there's a piece of horseway which was never extended, as you can see here. And what I've decided to do is extend that all the way down. Now I also thought about building a city wall all the way around, but I kind of got bored of this idea. I'm going to go back to doing that now, bit by bit. And this horseway is going to be also like a ring road around the whole city, but it's also going to form the city wall. So as you can see, I've built quite a lot of it already. And in fact, this whole section near the market square, near where we enter the city, is almost complete. Well, it is complete, apart from some of the wall. So I've built it all up, concrete, and then I've put the grass in, there we go. And then it goes all the way back to the start. Halfway down there's another place to park your horse, which serves these houses along the edge. And here it is, the finished product, all the way down there. Now, down to the left there, you'll see there is a bit of a gap now, which is protected by a wall, this wall here. So this area here, you can see, I'm going to turn that into houses as well. More of these kind of little undergroundy houses with a little bit of garden. And I've started that, but again, not finished it. This is something I'm going to be working on this week. There's going to be about 12 houses in total, and they'll just fill that area up quite nicely. As more about redeveloping this section, just further down where the zigzag building is, you can see where I'm dynamiting, and these little travelling people coming out of nowhere, you're going to get killed. So we're basically taking out this rock. There's quite a lot of groundwork to do. You can see there also foundations of another building. There's some foundations of another building that I've decided to build, which is the Apex building. We'll have a look at that in a minute. This zigzag building was always on the edge of town, and I always intended to do something the other side of it. There's a few other areas around here which I never came back to finish. The zigzag building's quite new, but the other buildings in the area, the kind of triangle-y one, the coffee table, they're actually quite old buildings. They've been around for a long time. So most of the area is already kind of cut out, but there is an area here which just needs a little bit of removal work. This is part of that area that I've said I never actually got around to finishing. That corridor there leads to the back of the theatre, and then I built this kind of walkway here that just never got finished. The idea of the walkway is it's going to continue over right to the edge, and then I'm going to extend that new horse route that I built all the way down. There you go, I've started with a tunnel, and that's going to come all the way down to meet it as part of the extension for the horseway, for the kind of horseway ring road. So again, I hate demolishing trees, just dynamite. Dynamite is dynamite TNT even very useful when you start an area, because you can just literally lay hundreds of blocks of it and just blow the whole thing up. And I've took out kind of full mountain range. There's weeks when all I've done is destroy mountains to make way for what I need. I really should have started this as like a flat world, but hey ho, I didn't. So unfortunately, it needs demolishing. So I'm going to extend this over there. That walkway will come over, so you'll be able to kind of get a horse from this direction as well. There is a horseway the other side, and I'll also probably put some horse parking the other side of that building as well. Excuse me. I mean, fundamentally, this area down here as well, I'm going to put like a little fountain in, but there is room for another building, maybe a small little thin skyscraper or something. I'll just fill in some of these gaps, make the entrance here for the horse park. Boom, boom, boom. Bish, bash, bosh. There's a chicken over there. Yum, yum, chicken. We found a hedgehog. Oh, I nearly ran it over, to be fair. But I didn't. Crossing the road, and it was poorly. This was about a month ago. And it had a broken leg. Or it had a broken leg that had re-healed. So we took it to the sister-in-law, who's a vet, and she took it to the Blue Cross, and she has fixed it. And they have nursed this little hedgehog back to health. And then yesterday we had to go pick it up and release it into the wild. We didn't really do anything. It's kind of curled up in a ball. But it had gone this morning, so it's either been eaten by something bigger, or it's all right. Anyway. Oh right. Anyway, this is the apex building, or the apex tower, and this is kind of going to fill this gap in between the zigzag building and the new horseway, the gap of the new horseway. So it's essentially kind of like going to be a triangle shape. It's going to be quite tall, and the rooms are obviously going to get thinner as you get closer to the top. And I mean, it's going to fill out this kind of rough area quite nicely, and fit as like a wedge down the side. Let's have a look for these blocks. What we're going to do, what do you think? Red. Bright red. Yeah, because that's bright green, isn't it? There's going to be a bright area. And you can see there's like 3 levels going on here. So that bottom level, I think what we'll do is we'll join it up to what's there already. And then below it, we'll just fill it with water and turn it into like a pool. Get some fish down there. Maybe at the other end, have a little fishing pond or something. I've seen something similar to that down in Canary Wharf, where the new Crossrail station is. They built it in a dock, and then there's like a watery bit in between, which looks quite natural, but it looked quite dirty last time we were down there. I don't think they've done much maintenance to it. I don't know if they're supposed to, or what, if that's supposed to how it's going to be. It looked a bit mean, very mean in fact. So here we are. As you can see, the shape of it is going to continue to go up. Not that block. There you go. It's going to continue to go up like that, in steps, and I reckon it'll be probably as tall, if not taller, than the zigzag building. And it might be one kind of triangle, or I might do it like several peaks, depending on how high we get, how far down we get. But this will form the final building on the edge of the map. And then we'll put some waterways connecting it, probably on 2 levels. We'll take that wall down, because that way it'll kind of open it up and join it. Let's just finish this off, which is always fun, digging a tunnel. This is basically what I did with the underground, just miles and miles and miles and miles of digging tunnels. They really do need a better kind of demolition tool in vanilla Minecraft, something that will get through quicker. But it's not too quick if you kind of hold the button down and just go forward in a straight line. You can take stuff out quite quickly. But yeah, there we go. And then moving back off that, now the back end of the Horseway is finished. Let's go and open that. So there's the apex building so far. Boom, boom, boom. Now all that's finished, we can open this up. Oops. Don't. Demolish, demolish. Yay. And there we have it. Horseway all the way down. Look at that, sheep are loving it. And new tunnel. And then we've got a park here. I'll put some posts in there, and then I still need to build that bridge over, depending on what I do with that space on the left. As you can see, there's some steps and stuff that just go nowhere that need sorting out. And then also, it'll continue along here. It'll go underneath that mountain, underneath the kind of back of the theatre, because underneath this is the theatre. It's obviously the roof. There's stuff inside. And then it'll go over here and it'll connect up with the Horseway, which is down there. Because this is again at the kind of edge of the map, and most of it's finished, but the other section isn't quite finished yet. So it'll come through there and it'll connect up to that, and then that one will then go around that glass building and continue along the edge of the city. But we need some lights. I don't really play it at dark much because it's more difficult to build, but the place, 90% of the place looks alright when it's dark. You can see your way around. There are areas where a lot more lighting is needed. That's not far enough in. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Bish, bash, bosh. There you go. There we go. All done. Very, very nice. So the apex building, let's go fast forward a little bit and have a quick update on how that is going. And as you can see, there's one level of entrance there. There's going to be another level of entrance at the bottom, which will link to the houses directly, and it will just come across. That wall has come down now, so you can see how it's going to open up. And there's probably going to be a glass barrier along there as well. After that tunnel, probably turn that into a little park, and then behind there we'll have another building to go with it. But it's going to be probably 3 or 4 times the height of what it is at the moment. That's that. Build update complete. See you next time. Subscribe and like.